This week, in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm going to talk about what an ideal relationship would be for me. To begin with, my ideal relationship would be a healthy one. This means several things, and for the sake of clarity, I'll break them down first and talk about what kind of people as individuals are able to have healthy relationships, and then I'll talk about the nature of a healthy relationship between such people. As individuals, you need to be mature in the sense of being able to stand on your own psychologically, not being emotionally dependent on another's approval or permission or constant attention to feel like a whole person. You must also be independent enough to take responsibility for yourself, being accountable for your actions, and for getting your needs met in a healthy way. Also, you must be compassionate. Be willing to try to see things from the other person's point of view. And lastly, you must be grounded. This last one, groundedness, is the hardest for me to describe, but it's part of being able to make and keep commitments, such as those to a long-term partner. It's about having a strong sense of who you are and where you're going in life. It might mean having settled on a career or having decided where you want to live for the rest of your life, or it might mean an attitude of knowing which way is up in your life, even if you're still in school or are out of work and looking for a job. But above all, groundedness means being stable, not being pushed or pulled off your emotional center easily by circumstances that come up in life. When it comes to relationships, all these traits in each partner, maturity, independence, responsibility, compassion, and groundedness, translate into a set of traits that characterize a healthy relationship. First and foremost is equality. Each partner regards the relationship as one between equals, and give and take between the partners balances out so that neither is doing all the giving or all the taking. This means there is never a psychological imbalance. Neither partner is in a parent, boss, therapist, or teacher-like role to the other, nor looks up to the other as a parental, authoritarian, therapeutic, or instructional figure. And neither partner tries to control the other, nor manipulate or undermine the other. Healthy boundaries are maintained and honored. Both partners respect the other's needs and are able and willing to communicate their own wants and needs in a kind, respectful, and courteous manner. Each partner takes responsibility for getting their own needs met, asserting them when necessary, but does not exploit nor take advantage of the other partner, nor has unreasonable expectations of the other partner. Another important characteristic of a healthy relationship is trust. Each partner knows what to expect from the other and feels safe bringing up concerns, knowing this will be received with respect and compassion. This gets into the topic of empowering support for each other rather than propping each other up. While each partner supports the other's well-being in an empowering rather than undermining way, neither depends on the other to prop them up psychologically. This is an important part of respecting each partner's boundaries and independence. Now, this doesn't mean that neither partner can share the fact that they are having a bad day, nor that they can't ask for a hug when they need one. It just means that each partner ultimately taps into their own inner reserves to help them get through the tough days or weeks. To reiterate, a healthy relationship has the characters of equality, respect, honoring healthy boundaries, trust, and empowering support. And this is the first part of what makes an ideal relationship for me. In addition to that, an ideal relationship for me would be with another asexual who is either completely alibidinous like me, or who is strictly self-sufficient when it comes to servicing their libido. They would love to cuddle in silk for a few minutes each night before bedtime. They wouldn't want to share a room, let alone the same bed. So we'd each have our own space, and I wouldn't have trouble sleeping because of noise and movement around me. They would have to be at least as introverted as I am, since I need time alone and not to feel guilty about it. We would live together, so this means in an ideal relationship, they'd be willing to give up certain foods at home to avoid me accidentally coming in contact with them, since I have a contact allergy to gluten, as well as food intolerances to gluten and casein, which is a milk protein, and this is getting off topic. We'd share many interests and learn from each other, support each other in our spiritual growth, and have friends together as well as separately. We like going to the same kinds of movies most of the time, but sometimes one of us would open up the other's world by sharing something surprising and different, like when my best friend introduced me to anime several years ago and I fell in love with it. Or like when another friend would tell me in every detail all about what he was learning in each class he was taking at the university, and then fill me in on all the nonfiction books he was reading as well. Stuff like that. I'm sure I'd have more to say, but this video is getting long. So before I wrap this up, I want to encourage you all to make a video response and tell me what you think would make a healthy relationship. And say what things you would like in an ideal relationship.